So today we're going to dive into what it really takes to do the impossible. We're getting our inspiration from a piece called The High Wire of Unwavering Confidence. It's by D.R. Nair, who runs the blog Tiga.com, a site that's been all about lifelong learning for, wow, 20 years. And the whole idea starts with a single, really powerful thought. It all comes down to these three little words: no safety net. Just let that phrase hang in the air for a second. Okay, now picture this. You are 200 feet up. I mean, that's like standing on the roof of a 20-story building. The view is absolutely insane, but the drop is terrifyingly real. And you're not just up high somewhere. Oh no, you are right in the middle of it all, suspended over the raw, thundering power of Niagara Falls. You can't hear anything but the roar, and the mist is everywhere. The stakes just don't get any higher than this. So, you have to ask, who on earth would choose to be in a situation like that? Well, that brings us to the man at the heart of this incredible true story, the one and only Nik Wallenda. And this is not some Hollywood stunt. This really happened. Back in 2012, Nik Wallenda stepped out onto a thin wire and literally walked from the United States all the way to Canada, right over the most chaotic part of the falls. And just think about what was out there with him. I mean, there was nothing else. No support crew, no helping hands, just the absolute basics. The rope under his feet, the wind pushing against him, that deafening noise of the water, and him. That's it. A pure test of will. But here's the kicker. The most important detail of this whole thing. The fact that there was no safety net wasn't an oversight. It was a choice. Actually, the authorities made him wear a safety tether, but his entire philosophy is to perform without a net. It's fundamental to his whole mindset. And this quote from him explains everything perfectly. He says, if you think you can fall, you're more likely to. You see, for him, a safety net isn't a backup plan. It's actually a psychological trap. It's like admitting to yourself that failure is an option, and that's the one thought you just can't have up there. So, okay, incredible story about one guy. But how does this become a lesson for the rest of us? Well, it's all about understanding this mindset of risk and learning how to move beyond what just feels safe. And as you know, Wallenda made it. He got to the other side. But his success was so much more than just a personal win or a world record. It was this incredible live-action demonstration of a really deep principle about what we're all capable of when we truly commit. Dr. Nair, the author, boils this whole thing down to a really simple contrast. The safe route? Yeah, it's boring. It's predictable, sure, but there's no life in it. But the path of risk, that's where things get real. That's where you grow, where you discover, and where you actually live. And that forces us to ask a really big question, doesn't it? I mean, most of us aren't walking over Niagara Falls, so what's our safety net? You know, maybe it's that job you don't really like but are too scared to leave. Or maybe it's all the backup plans we make that stop us from going all in on what we really want. To figure that out, we've got to talk about confidence, but probably not in the way you're used to thinking about it. We're going to redefine it because true confidence is not about getting rid of your fear. And this is the key. Confidence is not some superpower that makes you fearless. You can bet Wallenda felt the fear. Instead, confidence is that little voice inside you that speaks up in spite of the fear. It's the voice that says, look, you've prepared, you know what the risk is, now, take this step. This is a process, right? It's something we can all learn. It's like this internal conversation you have with yourself. Step 1, you acknowledge all the hard work you've put in. You tell yourself you've prepared. Step 2, you look at the situation honestly. You see the challenges. You know the risk. And then, step 3, you commit. You go for it. Now take the step.
And that is so much bigger than just a nice little motivational quote. That 3-step mindset is basically the engine that takes you from just having dreams to actually living them. It totally reframes fear from this thing that stops you into just another piece of information to consider.
So this all leads us to the final and honestly the most important part, because this isn't just about an interesting story anymore. This is a direct challenge to you. It's about your next step. So, the author leaves us with this one last powerful question to think about. After hearing all this, what's your equivalent? What's the next rope you need to step onto? In your job? In a relationship? In your personal life? What is your Niagara Falls? And just one final thought from the author, D.R. Nayar. He wants us to remember that this kind of competence isn't just for big, crazy stunts. It shows up everywhere. So if you want to explore this idea some more, he's written about it from all kinds of different angles on his blog, tiga.com. It's a fantastic resource for helping you get ready for whatever your next rope might be.